the first feature that really stands out on this truck is the grill. It kind of stares you in the face. This is a stainless steel grill surround. It's T3 304 stainless steel. We've also got a stainless steel bumper that's set up here. Two things that we really focus on from a design standpoint, among others, were safety and lowest ownership costs. So I'm going to highlight a few things that kind of drive some value into the ownership, from an ownership experience for customers, but also some of the things that drive some safety and some visibility into the three-piece bumper setup. What a lot of customers told us is when they're out working in the truck, this is where damage occurs. It occurs across this section of the truck. So we got three-piece bumper, so you damage this section of the bumper, you can just replace that section of the bumper. You don't have to replace the entire bumper itself. So again, that drives the total ownership cost down. We've got a modular setup here on the fender surround. This is called TPO. It's very durable. If you think back to the old Saturn car commercials, I don't know if you guys ever remember that, where the grocery cart would hit the car and kind of bounce off. This has memory, but it also can take some abuse. So we strategically place this here because a lot of abuse happens to the truck here. So you can damage this section, and you just replace this section. If the damage extends beyond this fender surround and gets into the hood, we've got a three-piece hood design as well. So you can just replace a piece of the hood. Again, the concept there is trying to drive that total ownership cost down. So that if there is some damage, because customers tell us it's not a question of if, it's really a question of when, you can just replace pieces instead of having to replace the entire hood, driving that whole ownership experience down. You see our tow hooks here, and they're pretty beefy. They're very strong. We're talking 150 to 180,000 pound pull capability on these hooks. And what that means for customers is that if they get stuck in a work environment, they don't have to drop their load to get pulled out. One of our machines that are on the work site can hook up to these hooks and pull them straight out. They don't have to drop their load, saving them time, and again, driving that total ownership cost down. With many of the competitive product, they've got to drop their load or they stand a risk of damaging their frame because they don't have the pull capability designed in. We also have an optional center pin as well available on the CT660. And what that gives us is the ability to get pulled out at any angle. So again, it's another feature that we designed in to try and drive the total ownership cost down, because inevitably you're going to get stuck in a wet, muddy situation when you're working, and this saves time and money that way. We'll continue to walk around. We went with halogen lights. That was really strong feedback from customers that said, they didn't like the neon, they didn't like the high efficiency lights, that they were, really offensive. So we've got halogen lights. They're real easy to replace. It's really 2 volts. You tip the hood 2 volts, screw it in, screw out the old one, screw in the new one, and you're there. One of the things we worked really hard on is, as you can see, the slope of the hood. Is we tried to really, create through this design process, not only capture what customers wanted, but also increase their visibility. The concept there is if you can see it, you can avoid it, and you're safer on the work site. So this slope mirrors the slope of our, many of our off-highway equipment, specifically our 980 Willow. It's the same slope, same beveled edge design, same concept, so that, as you're working, you can see out. And we feel like we've got best-in-class visibility, and we've done stand-up testing side by side with our competition on that component.